Unforgiving Marathon Armageddon of 2021 event by Colton Dennis. Crowd cheering. Hello and welcome to another exciting night. Our boss, James Dennis, said we are gonna have a wonderful night. Because he's in the ring right now, said announcer number 1. I can't wait to hear what he has to say, said announcer number 2. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I want to welcome you all to another exciting night. For the past few weeks now, we've had tag matches, singles, battle royal, ladder. We've had matches where there were no winners, people being disqualified. We've also had new champions. But I want to say congratulate two people, the Jackal and Phobia, for being the longest champions since they won them. Now, I came out here for a reason, asked James. Music playing. Clobber, Mr. Indestructible and the Mountain. Well, look what we have here. The owner of this company is congratulating a man that was a heel, but turned into a pansy like most people here tonight. You see, ever since Bullet stole my title away from me, I have been gone since that triple threat match. But I came back tonight to talk to you. I deserve a global title shot against Bullet. And if I don't, either the Mountain or Mr. Indestructible should be, said Clobber. Clobber, you've had your chance, just like Hazard. But unlike you, Hazard doesn't complain about his losses, said James. All three walk up the steel stairs, then get into the ring. All right, James. Now, what are you gonna do for us? Because we're the best superstars in this company, said Clobber. Music playing. Bullet appears on the stage, walks down the ramp, then points at the crowd. Everyone our global champion, Bullet, said James. Bullet walks up the steel stairs, then gets into the ring. You? No, Clobber. I was thinking about giving you a title shot. You just need to do one thing. Beat me in a one-on-one match, said Bullet. No way. I know I could beat you, unless you put that on the line. My answer is no, said Clobber. Music playing. Hazard appears walking down the ramp, walks around the ring, grabs a microphone, walks up the steel stairs, then goes through the middle ropes. Both Bullet and Hazard fist bump each other. You know, Clobber, you just proved that you're a complete jackass. You won't fight the champion unless he puts it on the line. Hell, anyone in the back would fight the champion just to prove themselves, said Hazard. Hazard, I don't need to prove myself, because I beat you for the global championship and became the longest reigning champion, said Clobber. Until now, because tonight Bullet will finally beat your reign, Clobber, said Hazard. Hey, you better watch yourself, or I will personally take care of you, said the Mountain. Well, if you're gonna personality take care of me, then bring it on, you dumb doofus, said Hazard. The Mountain walks towards Hazard, both Clobber and Mr. Indestructible holding the Mountain's arms. All right, I wanted this night to be great. So, why don't we have a little match? Right now. The three of you versus Bullet and Hazard. James gets out of the ring, then walks up the ramp, then stops. Wait, hold on. This doesn't seem fair. Bullet and Hazard are a little outnumbered. Well, I guess the first person I bump into backstage will be their partner, said James. Walking away. All five looking up at the stage. Music playing. Hellfire appears walking down the ramp. The gorilla appears behind Hellfire, then hits him from behind. Hellfire rolls down the ramp. The gorilla kicking Hellfire. The stranger runs down the ramp, then hits the gorilla. The gorilla punches the strangler. Hellfire does a throat thrust onto the gorilla. Digger and Suave are running down the ramp, then jump onto Hellfire. The Mountain runs at both Bullet and Hazard. Both Bullet and Hazard pull down the top rope. The Mountain goes over the top rope, then lands onto the floor. Clobber and Mr. Indestructible attacking both Bullet and Hazard. Diablo and Jericho are running down the ramp, then attacking both Digger and Suave. Other superstars running down the ramp, then trying to break it up. This is totally breaking down into a fight, said announcer number 2. I just hope we aren't gonna get injured, said announcer number 1. James walks back onto the stage. All right, hold up everyone, hold up. Now, since the 6 of you interrupted this match, and I could see it's now an even side. Right now, a 12-man tag team elimination match. Digger, Suave, the Gorilla, the Mountain, Mr. Indestructible and Clobber will fight. Bullet, Hazard, Hellfire, the Strangler, and the Fabulous Freebirds right now, said James. Beldings. All 12 get into their corners. Both Suave and Diablo lock up. Diablo puts Suave into a headlock. Suave bounces Diablo off the ropes, then pushes him. Digger tags himself in. Suave does a leapfrog. Diablo ducks, then gets drop-kicked by Digger. Digger smiling, then high-fives Suave. Digger grabs Diablo's head, then bounces it off the turnbuckle. Diablo groans, then turns around in the corner. Digger chops Diablo's chest. Diablo groans. Digger bounces Diablo off the ropes, then bends over. Diablo kicks Digger's chest. Digger groaning, then gets clotheslined. Diablo picks up Digger, then bounces him off the ropes. Digger holds onto the ropes, slides under them, then walks around the ring. No, I ain't stupid. No way, said Digger, stopping. Diablo bounces off the ropes, then does a suicide dive onto Digger. Both Digger and Diablo fall into the barricade. Oh my, Diablo went into the barricade really hard, said announcer number 2. Let's hope he's all right, said announcer number 1. Digger, moving, crawls towards the ring, grabs the ledge of it, pulls himself up, then rolls inside it. Diablo continuously laying still. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Diablo quickly stands up, then jumps into the ring. Digger tags in Mr. Indestructible. Mr. Indestructible gets into the ring. Diablo slowly crawls towards his corner. Mr. Indestructible knees Diablo in his back. Diablo groaning. Mr. Indestructible picks Diablo up, puts him into a full Nelson, lifts, does a full Nelson slam, then covers him. 1, 2, 3, said referee number 1. Diablo has been eliminated, said announcer number 3. Mr. Indestructible starts flexing. Jericho appears behind Mr. Indestructible. Mr. Indestructible turns around, gets super kicked, then falls into his corner. Suave tags Mr. Indestructible's left arm, gets into their ring, then runs at Jericho. Jericho ducks, then goes for a super kick. Suave falls onto the mat, then rolls out of the ring. Hellfire jumps off the ledge of the ring, then appears behind Suave. Suave turns around, sees Hellfire, then his eyes widen. Hellfire grabs Suave by his throat, then throws him into the ring. Suave stands up, then turns around. Jericho superkicks Suave, then covers him. 1, 2. Digger lands onto Jericho. 2, said referee number 1. Digger continuously punches Jericho. Bullet jumps up, then does a springboard crossbody onto Digger. All the competitors are getting into the ring, then start attacking each other. This is breaking down again, said announcer number 2. They must really hate each other, said announcer number 1. The competitors are being thrown through the ropes. Jericho clotheslines Digger over the top rope. Digger lands onto the floor. Suave rolls up Jericho. 1, 2. Jericho kicks out. 2. Jericho stands up. Suave kicks Jericho in his stomach, then sets him up for a powerbomb. Jericho flips Suave. Suave lands onto the mat, groans, then stands up. Jericho superkicks Suave, then leans onto the ropes. Digger appears on the ledge of the ring, then punches Jericho with the brass knuckles. "Hey, I saw that. You're gone." "Digger's eliminated," said referee number 1. "Digger has just disqualified himself and is now eliminated," said announcer number 3. Digger screaming at referee number 1. Bullet slides into the ring, runs, jumps onto the middle rope, does a springboard moonsault onto Suave, grabs Jericho's right arm, pulls him onto him, runs, then punches Digger. Digger falls through the middle ropes. Bullet goes through the middle ropes. Referee number 1 turns around, then sees Jericho laying on top of Suave. 1, 2, 3. "Suave is eliminated," said referee number 1. "Suave has been eliminated," said announcer number 3. Mr. Indestructible slides into the ring, picks up Jericho, puts him into full Nelson, lifts, does a full Nelson slam onto him, then smiles. "He's done. There's no way he'll kick out of this," said Mr. Indestructible. Bullet appears on the ledge of the ring. Mr. Indestructible stands up, then punches Bullet. Bullet falls onto the floor. Hazard appears behind Mr. Indestructible. Mr. Indestructible turns around, then runs at Hazard. Hazard lifts Mr. Indestructible, then does a sit-out spinebuster onto him. Clobber appears, then boots Hazard. Hazard falls through the middle ropes. The Strangler runs, then clotheslines Clobber over the top rope. The Mountain appears behind the Strangler, turns him around, grabs him by his throat, lifts, then does a chokeslam. The Strangler rolls out of the ring. Hellfire appears staring at the Mountain. "Oh, here we go. Hellfire and the Mountain," said announcer number 1. "This'll be a fight," said announcer number 2. Both Hellfire and the Mountain are punching each other. Hellfire does a throat thrust onto the Mountain, then bounces him off the ropes. The Mountain reverses it, then goes to punch Hellfire. Hellfire ducks, then grabs the Mountain by his throat. The Mountain grabs Hellfire by his throat. The Gorilla slides into the ring, then hits Hellfire on his back. Hellfire lets go of the Mountain's throat. The Mountain lifts Hellfire, then chokeslams him. Hellfire rolls out of the ring. The Gorilla looks at Jericho in the corner, then runs at him. Jericho moves, then superkicks the Mountain. The Mountain falls, then rolls out of the ring. The Gorilla quickly turns around. Jericho superkicks the Gorilla. The Gorilla goes through the middle ropes. Mr. Indestructible gets up, slowly approaches Jericho, then tires, putting a full Nelson onto him. Jericho, struggling, falls onto his back, wraps his legs around Mr. Indestructible, then rolls him up. 1, 2, 3. Mr. Indestructible is gone, said referee number 1. Mr. Indestructible has been eliminated, said announcer number 3. Mr. Indestructible yelling at referee number 1, then starts attacking Jericho. Jericho falls into the ropes. Mr. Indestructible picks Jericho up, puts him into full Nelson, lifts him, then does a hard full Nelson slam onto him. Jericho groaning. Mr. Indestructible goes through the ropes, then walks up the ramp. Clobber quickly slides into the ring, smiles, then covers Jericho. 1, 2. Bullet does a leg drop onto the back of Clobber's head. 2. Clobber groaning. Bullet drags Jericho to his corner, goes through the middle ropes, tags himself in, then climbs up the turnbuckle. Clobber slowly stands up, then turns around. Bullet jumps off the top turnbuckle, does a crossbody onto Clobber, then covers him. 1, 2, 2. Clobber kicks out. Bullet stands, then waves at Clobber. The gorilla holding onto Bullet's legs. Bullet gets his leg free, runs, bounces off ropes, then does a baseball slide onto the gorilla. Bullet stands up, then turns around. Clobber bounces off ropes, then clotheslines Bullet really hard. Bullet flips, then gets covered. 1, 2, 3. Bullet's gone, said referee number 1. Bullet has been eliminated, said announcer number 3. Oh my God, Bullet just got eliminated, said announcer number 2. That's not the part he'll see. Clobber just pinned the global champion, said announcer number 1. The Strangler slides into the ring. Clobber turns around, then sees the Strangler. Wait, 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 said Clobber. The Strangler runs at Clobber, clotheslines him a few times, lifts him up, then slams him onto the mat. The Mountain slides into the ring. The Strangler punches the Mountain a few times. The Mountain pushes the Strangler. The Strangler falls onto the mat, then stands up. The Mountain runs at the Strangler. The Strangler pulls down the top rope. The Mountain goes over the top rope, then lands onto the floor. The Strangler looks at Clobber laying on the mat, wraps his arms around him, then locks in the Dragon Sleeper. Clobber screaming. The Strangler tightens the hold. The gorilla appears, runs, then does a jumping body splash to the Strangler. The Strangler lets go of Clobber. The gorilla bounces off ropes again, then does another jumping body splash onto the Strangler. Clobber slowly standing up. Hold him up, said Clobber. The gorilla picks up the Strangler. Clobber runs, bounces off ropes, then clotheslines the Strangler hard. The Strangler laying on the mat. Clobber covers the Strangler. 1, 2, 3. The Strangler is gone, said referee number 1. The Strangler has been eliminated, said announcer number 3. We're down to a 3-on-3 now, said announcer number 1. I really can't wait to see who wins this match, said announcer number 2. Clobber cheering, turns around, then gets super kicked. Jericho appears. The gorilla goes to punch Jericho. Jericho superkicks the gorilla. The gorilla staggers. Jericho superkicks the gorilla again. The gorilla goes through the middle ropes. Jericho falls onto the mat, slowly stands up, then turns. The Mountain grabs Jericho by his throat, lifts, then chokeslams him. Hellfire appears, then does a throat thrust onto the Mountain a few times, steps backwards, then boots him. The Mountain goes over the top rope, then lands onto the floor. Hellfire standing next to the ropes. Clobber runs, then throws Hellfire over the top rope. Hazard attacks Clobber, bounces him off the ropes, then bends over. Clobber grabs Hazard by his shirt, then throws him through the middle ropes. Hazard lands onto the floor. Jericho slowly stands up. Clobber run, bounces off ropes, then clotheslines Jericho hard. Jericho flips onto the mat. Clobber covers Jericho. 1, 2, 3. Jericho's gone, said referee number 1. Jericho has been eliminated, said announcer number 3. Clobber stands up, laughs, then raises his arms. Crowd booing. Clobber closes his eyes. Hellfire appears behind Clobber. Crowd cheering. Clobber opens his eyes. Why you cheering? Huh, we're beating them. We're gonna win. We're gonna win, said Clobber, turning around. Hellfire grabs Clobber by his throat, lifts, chokeslams, then covers him. 1, 2, 3. Clobber's gone, said referee number 1. Clobber has been eliminated, said announcer number 3. That's what you get for being cocky, said announcer number 2. Now, it's a 2-on-2, said announcer number 1. The mountain hits Hellfire from behind. Hellfire falls into the ropes. The mountain continues hitting Hellfire's back. Hellfire walking toward the corner then does a throat thrust onto the mountain. The mountain groans then knees Hellfire in his stomach. Hellfire groaning. The mountain bounces Hellfire's head off the turnbuckle. Hellfire standing in the corner. The mountain whips Hellfire. Hellfire goes into the opposite corner. The mountain runs at Hellfire. Hellfire moves. The mountain goes into the corner. Hellfire walking away, looks at the mountain, runs then does a corner body splash onto him. The mountain walks out of the corner. Hellfire grabs the mountain by his throat. The mountain moves Hellfire's right arm, grabs him by his throat, lifts him then does a chokeslam onto Hellfire. Both Hellfire and the mountain are laying on the mat. Hazard appears on the ledge of the ring. Hellfire slowly crawling, tags in. Hazard then rolls out of the ring. Hazard gets into the ring then starts punching the mountain's sides. The mountain groaning. Hazard whips the mountain. The mountain reverses it then clotheslines Hazard. Hazard groaning. The mountain walking then stops at the ropes. Hellfire appears on the ledge of the ring then grabs the mountain by his throat. The mountain gasping then grabs Hellfire by his throat. Hazard standing up. The gorilla slides into the ring then runs at Hazard. Hazard moves. The gorilla goes into the mountain. The mountain goes into Hellfire. Hellfire falls off the ledge of the ring then lands onto the floor. The mountain looks at the gorilla. I was trying to hit him, said the gorilla. The mountain grabs the gorilla by his throat, lifts then chokeslams him. The gorilla rolls out of the ring. The mountain looks at Hazard, runs at him then goes for a clothesline. Hazard ducks. The mountain bounces off the ropes. Hazard lifts the mountain then does a sit-out spinebuster onto him. 1, 2, 3. The mountain is eliminated, said referee number 1. Did you just see that? Hazard did his finisher to the mountain. I've never seen anyone pick up the mountain before, said announcer number 2. Well, now it's a 2-on-1. And after that chokeslam, the gorilla's really out of it, said announcer number 1. The gorilla sliding into the ring then slowly stands in the corner. Hazard runs at the gorilla then does a corner body splash onto him. The gorilla groans. Hazard runs then bounces off ropes. The gorilla clotheslines Hazard. Hazard groaning. The gorilla holding his face, turns around then hits Hazard's back. Hazard groaning. The gorilla lifts Hazard up then slams him onto the mat. Hazard continues groaning. The gorilla runs, bounces off ropes, does a jumping body splash onto Hazard then covers him. 1, 2. Hazard kicks out. 2, said referee number 1. The gorilla looks at referee number 1. Are you kidding me? Learn to count. Boy, said the gorilla standing up, bounces off ropes again then does another jumping body splash onto Hazard. Hazard groaning. The gorilla stands up, runs then bounces off the ropes again. Hellfire boots the gorilla. The gorilla falls onto the mat. Hellfire goes into the ledge of the ring. Hazard groaning, crawls towards Hellfire then tags him in. Hellfire climbs up the turn buckle. The gorilla stands up then turns around. Hellfire jumps off the top turn buckle, does a flying clothesline onto the gorilla then covers him. 1, 2. The gorilla kicks out. 2. Hellfire stands up, then raises his right hand. The gorilla slowly stands up, then turns around again. Hellfire grabs the gorilla by his throat. The gorilla moves Hellfire's right arm, then pushes him. Hellfire bounces off ropes. The gorilla lifts Hellfire onto his shoulders, does a Samoan drop onto him, then covers him. 1, 2. Hellfire kicks out. 2, said referee number 1. Count, ref, said the gorilla, standing up. Hellfire crawling, then stands up in the corner. The gorilla runs, then does a corner body splash onto Hellfire. Hellfire groans, then falls onto the mat. The gorilla bounces off ropes, does a jumping body splash onto Hellfire, then covers him. 1, 2. Hellfire kicks out. 2, said referee number 1. Count, damn it, said the gorilla. Hellfire rolling out of the ring. The gorilla stands up, then smiles. Hazard slides into the ring, then starts punching the gorilla. The gorilla pushes Hazard. Hazard falls onto the mat, then stands up in the corner. The gorilla runs at Hazard, then does a corner body splash onto him. Hazard groaning. The gorilla laughing, grabs Hazard's head, then picks him up. Hazard moves the gorilla's arms, then head butts him. The gorilla groaning then walks towards the ropes. Hellfire climbs onto the ledge of the ring, then hangs the gorilla onto the top rope. The gorilla groaning holds his throat, then turns around. Hazard lifts the gorilla, does a sit-out spine buster onto him, then rolls out of the ring. Hellfire slides into the ring. The gorilla slowly stands up, then turns around. Hellfire grabs the gorilla by his throat, lifts, chokeslams him, then covers him. 1, 2, 3. Ring the bell, said referee number 1. Bell dings. Here's your winner and sole survivors, Hazard and Hellfire. Hazard looks at Hellfire, then nods his head. Crowd cheering. Hazard raises his arms. Hellfire goes through the middle ropes. Well, what a match that was. And congratulations to Hazard and Hellfire for being the sole survivors, said announcer number 1. Definitely, at some moments of this match, I actually thought that Clobber's team had won it, but in the end, Hazard and Hellfire worked as a team. With and quat, Hazardous and quat, and then that chokeslam by Hellfire, said announce number 2. Well, we want to thank you for another great night. Be safe out there and good night, folks, said announcer number 1. Bye bye, see you again, said announcer number 2. Hazard continues celebrating. Crowd cheering. The end.